Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's weekly market update for the week of January 23rd, 2018. Now, this week what we're doing is we're going to look at which markets are buyers' markets and in which ones lies most of the opportunity. So that and more coming up right next. Now, we're just about 3 weeks into the month of January and we don't have a complete set of data yet, but what we can tell from what we can see so far is that we are certainly leaning towards a buyer's market. So what I've done is this week I am actually showing you a map, and what we are doing is we are actually ranking in order of most favorable for buyers to least favorable the markets for condos among cities. So what we can see is the most favorable market at number 1 would be Richmond, followed by Burnaby, then the west side of Vancouver, the east side of Vancouver, finally finishing off with North Van, and New West being the least favorable buyer's market, but still a buyer's market for those of you looking to purchase. Now, how I'm measuring that is I'm looking at how many listings have come on the market thus far, combined with what's already been on the market, and contrasting that to how many sales there have been. One common feature of a buyer's market is that it does create downward pressure on prices, and what I've pulled up here in this map for you is I'm showing you the median price points for these neighborhoods, and this is looking at condos. On the west side of Vancouver, it will cost you over $700,000 to get into a condo. On the east side of Vancouver, that does drop down to below 500 at $495K. In North Van, it's $587, and not too far off from that, Burnaby at $585,000. New West at $496, very affordable, very central with transit, and Richmond at $519,000, so just over the $500,000 mark. Now, one curiosity you might have is, hey Ben, it's a buyer's market. Does that mean that I can pay less than what sellers are asking for? Now, of course, that is quite a subjective feature because sellers might have a different viewpoint of what the property is worth than what buyers might. Ultimately, how we determine market value is at what properties trade for, and usually that's the buyer's ceiling price and the seller's floor price where the two meet, and that determines market value. Now, it is true we are seeing properties selling for less than the asking price point. It doesn't mean that the value has necessarily dropped too much. It just means that that price point may have been accurate when these listings first came to the market perhaps 4 or 5 weeks ago, but now that we are in a slightly shifted market, those prices no longer reflect what is accurate. And what I'm doing here is I'm showing you on a map on an average basis how much properties are selling for under the asking price. So in the west side of Vancouver, that's 1.5% off the asking. That goes up to 2% in East Van and up to 3.7% in Burnaby, so quite a large gap. Keep in mind, in Burnaby there is a lot of brand new inventory which did see premium price points when they first came on the market. Now they're starting to adjust more towards what resale properties are doing. Still more expensive than resale, but it is adjusting downwards. In New West, we're just a shy 1.4% off the asking price. In Richmond, now keep in mind this is just based on the sales to date, so this might not represent the entire month when we get to the end of it, but right now on average of the sales, I am seeing condos being sold for 7% under the asking price. There are opportunities out there for buyers in a market like this. If you are a seller, this does not mean you have to start worrying. It just means that if you are thinking of selling in the next little while, you're going to be quite smart about how you price your property in order to get as much foot traffic through the door and ultimately keep your selling price as close to market value as possible. If you're in a longer timeline, perhaps stay put and just continue to stay on top of the market. If you have any questions about any of this information or anything that's not contained in this video, that's just a short time that I can present so much information, please feel free to reach out and I'd be more than happy to provide you with any and all information and interpretations that you may like to assist you in your decision making. So until this time next week, have a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Bye-bye.